others saw you on your Messiah Complex tour. It was fantastic.
Hilarious.
Hilarious.
Thank you.
You say we need to choose our idols, or our idols will be chosen for us.
Oh, yeah, that was a good slogan, wasn't it? Like, like, the stuff like, we end up worshipping things inadvertently and accidentally, end up caring too much about, you know, iPod, iPad, I want, and forgetting what's really important. Me.
You said that you knew you were going to be famous, right? That's what I read in the book, that you knew you were going to be famous, right, but you were afraid that it was going to have a traumatic effect. Am I misquoting?
What I think it was, is I was an only child, I was an insecure little fella, and I thought that if I didn't become famous, there was no way that I was going to feel any sense of connection or happiness. I was a nervous little lad. I'm very grateful that I did become famous, because otherwise I don't think I'd have ever had the confidence to talk to anyone, let alone someone with dimples like those, for God's sake, woman.
And you're very well-rounded. I mean, you were voted, and I'm not sure who votes. I guess that's the secret part of this whole thing, but you were voted Shagger of the Year.
Yes, one of my proudest accolades. Back in my country, Britain, the country of Shakespeare and Milton, is that I am the Shagger of some years.
Give it up, guys. I mean, that can't be easy.
That means you're doing the shagging.
You have to do the shagging, Rosie.
To be the shagger, not the shaggy.
No. I don't know. I mean, I think as long as you're involved in the shag... I mean, to be honest, the adjudication process is quite loose. No one was looking. No one turned up during the shag and said, well, that looks technically inept.
So you weren't... But it's not just about the shag, right? I mean, you're looking for love, I hear.
I think everyone ultimately is looking for love. In fact, whatever it is we might think that we're looking for, perhaps behind it is love. We might think that we want our football team to win. We might think that we want a new pair of sexy trainers. We might think, in fact, that we want to snog you in spite of your political views. But behind all of that, behind all of those desires, really is a yearning for connection and love.
Yes.
Probably, is there? I don't know. I'm just trying to work it out.
Yeah, I think
probably
you're
that,
on something. It's probably that, yeah. She's laughing at you. Or me, I don't know.
No, both. I was wondering, Russell, if you have decided if you want to sponsor people, because I know that one of the things that I love about you is that you have recovered and are staying on a pretty even path, but I wonder if you're prepared to sponsor other people on the same path.
Do you mean with regard to drug and alcohol addiction?
Drug and alcohol, yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, part of my daily recovery, one day at a time, from drugs and alcohol is that I have to be available to help anybody at all that has a drug or alcohol problem. It's really annoying, in fact. If anyone at all with a drug or alcohol problem says, Russell, I want to get clean, I have to help them. It's like a mandatory obligation. And sometimes I sort of want to go, no, oh, I have to.
Yeah, you have to.
Do you
and it's been like 11 years for you, right? Oh, sorry, honey. Over 11 years, right?
It is over 11 years though, since I've had any drugs.
I read that you write about homeless vets in your book. I know we're going to get to talk about that more.
Not veterinarians, because like, how would you ever help a dog or cat if you lived in an alleyway?
Right. It would be, well, in some ways,
vets, like army vets.
Right, army vets. But, and you took a homeless person into your flat, so I think this... I think it's easier for you than you make it say yes to people.
Sometimes people are stigmatised because of something like homelessness, but I know loads of people that are homeless and they're exactly the same as me, except for a roof.
And you talk to them, and you don't have any of that sort of barrier that I think some people step over them. You write a lot about how you don't do that.
I think it's important to try to acknowledge that we are ultimately unified by our common humanity, not divided by significant distinctions.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Although it doesn't always work out well. I once gave a homeless man a phone and said, stay in touch with me and report back to me, so I remain grateful for having a home and everything, and he sent me a photograph of his genitals.
I hate when that